We are live from Ultra South Africa for 5FM TV, and I've got one of the biggest psytrance duos from around the globe, basically. Infected Mushroom. Amit and Irez, thank you so much for being here to hang out with us. It is really amazing to have you guys here in SA again. I've got so many questions and I don't even know where to start, but let's see how we go. This is not the first time that you guys have come to South Africa. It's obviously got a different vibe to other parts of the world. We're not a Europe, we're not America. Do you do a little bit of research before you do your playlist for the set to have a look at which tracks did well in which parts of the world? Or is it like, actually, these are the bangers, this is how we're gonna roll with it?
So we are so bad with research. So, to be honest, we just come and during the set flow with what's working or what's not. We know kind of what we're gonna play, but sometimes you have to adjust to the crowd, and we do that. Usually it's a party here in South Africa. We've been coming here for years, and yesterday was amazing at Cape Town, so I don't expect it to be any different here in Johannesburg.
Being around for as long as you guys have, do you find that it's difficult to keep the sound the same and still keep it interesting for yourselves, or you're always trying to diversify and find something else that will just add a little extra flavor and keep it interesting?
Yeah, we always try to change. From album to album, our fan base don't know what to expect. Don't always like it, but that's us. We always like to change, and we're not planning to stop anytime soon.
I know that you guys are originally from Israel, now based in America. Vinny Vici also duo from Israel.
Well, Vinny Vici is a very old project. They've been doing music for years under a different name called Sesto Cento, and we know the guys for 20 years. They've been doing psytrance forever. The project Vinny Vici is a newer project of both of them, which exploded all around the world, and they push the doors today for the rest of the Israelis, not only psytrance but trance DJs, and they're doing a great job, and we're very good friends with them, and it's fun to see more psytrance played on this kind of events, so it's good to see.
Fantastic. I always think it's nice to get the story behind how things happened, especially knowing where you come from. South Africa's a small country when it comes to EDM music, and I was thinking maybe there'll be something over there. When you guys first met many years ago, in the classical days, and I think you were 16 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Was it love at first sound, or like who approached who? Was it you were both looking for something, or how did it actually come about that you decided, actually, we get each other and we want to try and do this thing? I don't know who wants to answer this.
Fine. Well, we met together through a mutual friend. He introduced us, and he said, I used to do music back then, he used to do music by himself too, and we just tried to do one track together, and it worked pretty good, We kept making horrible music at the time, and we just enjoyed working together. It was really fun and easy. Finally, I was working with a musician, A lot of people before that I used to work with didn't know to play even one note. So it's great,
For people who don't know, there's a lot of classical training that goes into this. Even though the psytrance progressive rock sound is very overwhelming, there's a classical background here. Do you think that there are a lot of new artists who lack that understanding, that musical understanding, and knowing that you can still have your own sound, but it still goes back to the basics? Like, there are things that work and things that don't really work, and they may be just falling into the trap of doing the same thing with a drop in a different place.
We prefer it with a musical background, as you said, but there's still great music out there without all of that. So if you ask us, of course, we miss a lot of the guitars, the live drums, the keyboards, the pianos and stuff like that. But times are evolving and the people like different stuff. We try to keep it unique and special, and that we at least like what we're doing, but still follow the young producers out there that bring us new ideas. So I miss the old days, but I love these days as well.
That's fantastic. I was very interested to see that you were based in, is it still LA? Because for me the sound is very, I'd imagine you guys to be more in like Europe or somewhere like that, where the scene just seems to be a lot more in favor of the sounds that you have, whereas America just seems to be a lot more I don't know, maybe more into the hip hop sound, or the EDM sound is not quite as experimental as yours. Do you find it's to your advantage because you're not the same as everyone else in the States, or that you are getting different influences, or maybe you just, I don't know, like the food there? I'm not quite sure.
I mean, we love the US. We're having the best time over there, and also the music industry is very interesting. You know, it's different than the rest of the world, and hip hop is huge over there, and so dubstep is, and also psytrance is growing slowly. But just because our genre is not the biggest thing in the US, it doesn't make us like it less. You know, I think the US is an amazing place to be in, especially as a musician. And there's lots of room for collaborations with massive names, and very like your dreams can come true over there. You know, so it's kind of fun as a musician.
Amit, for you?
Me, it's the food. No, I'm kidding. I love LA. It's home for us today. We moved there to produce heavy metal back in the day, and then kind of stayed. And there's so many music genres over there, and producing for games, movies, of course, television, and weather is very similar to Israel. So we just fell in love and stayed.
Absolutely awesome. Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you really want to be able to say, actually, we need to tick that off our bucket list?
I don't mind doing a show on Mars.
Well, I mean, listen, Elon Musk is making things happen, and you're in the right part of the world for it, so it could happen very soon.
It sounds pretty good.
No, but not even in Mars. You know, there's some festivals and some events that we haven't played. We really want to do Glastonbury in the UK, which we never done. Wow. This year we're doing Rock in Rio for the first time, which is also one to mark as a V. And each year we do a new show by ourselves, which is new completely. So this year we've done a huge show with a big philharmonic, and it was amazing in Israel. And we're going to take that to more places around the world. So each year we kind of, you know what? There's a bucket list, but then there's a new bucket list.
So new challenges all the time. So
yeah, so we'll see. We'll see where we take it from here.
Let's be honest, there's a lot of groups that have broken up over trivial things. What is it about this chemistry that has made it as successful as it is, and is hopefully going to keep you guys going for the next 2 decades?
The main thing is, A, we like to produce music together. And the second thing, we're comfortable being on the road together. So that's why we lasted for so long. You know, we don't fight usually unless it's about music, this is what we're a duo for. We keep it very simple. We have our separate lives as well. And we're good friends for so many years, and it works, you know?
Guys, it's been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us here on 5FM TV. Cannot wait to see your set later on. It's literally all I've been waiting for the longest time. Thank you so much for hanging out, and all the best.
5FM. Watch 5FM TV on YouTube. 5FM.